thanks for joining us for another Confessions and Convictions. We've been looking at the story of Matthew Simpson, and that means we're at Stories of Great Christians for the weekend already. This, I believe, is chapter 20 out of a series of like 28. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, invite a friend over, and both of you listen together and hit subscribe as you join us to listen to Stories of Great Christians. Let's see, without further ado, let's get to it. And here we are.
We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 20 of No Ordinary Man, the story of Matthew Simpson. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, brought to you by the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago. Fort Sumter. Ellen?
Yes, dear. I'm here. I've been here all along.
All along?
Oh, you've been very ill, my dear. Very ill.
I? Ill?
Yes, Matthew.
Can't seem to recall the trip west. Tired on my return. Trip to Europe. The Holy Land. Taken quite ill. Can't seem to remember.
Then don't try. Rest now.
But I see tears on your face.
Tears of joy, Matthew. Tears of real joy. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you. Thank you for seeing Matthew through this. Thank you for bringing him back to us. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Ellen, was I that sick?
Yes, you were that sick. Now, try to drink some of this good broth and you can begin to get your strength back.
You know very well I don't like broth. I don't like it no matter how good you say it is.
Oh, Matthew.
You must be getting better, all right. Very well, ain't it over. But I can tell you right now, I don't like broth. Never have, never will.
Time to wake up, dear.
Seems as if you just finished tucking me in. Yeah, imagine a grown man, a full bishop of the church, being tucked into bed like a baby.
Oh, you love it.
Maybe so.
There, raising these shades will let a little sunshine in. That's what you need.
It is a bright day. Seems good to be able to sit up and take notice.
Seems good to me to see you sitting up and taking notice. There. My goodness, that bright sunlight sure shows up the dust. I'm going to have to get in here with a dust rag and a mop and really give this room a good going over.
Looks all right to me as it is.
Just like a man.
Say, what on earth is that box there on the table?
Oh, proof that I'm a good wife.
What do you mean?
Well, all the time you were sick, I've been picking items from the newspapers and the periodicals. Items I thought would be of special interest to you when you got well.
Sort of my own private editor, eh?
Yeah.
Well, did much happen while I was sick?
Great deal. A very great deal.
I suppose you start at the bottom of the pile and just keep on reading until you finish.
Very well. Matthew?
Yes?
I've been waiting until you began to get really well. Much better, because practically all of these news items are bad news.
No, is this world in such a sorry state as all that?
Well, Mr. Lincoln said just the other day it was brother against brother.
It's been that way right in our own church ever since this miserable slavery issue has come to plague us. And to make us a nation and the church split asunder. Why, I
Matthew, remember what the doctor said.
Yes, dear, I remember. You go ahead and read, and I'll try to just listen and absorb and let it go at that. I'll try, but I warn you in advance, I don't know how good I'll be at it.
In Bonham, Texas, a masked mob broke up the meeting being held by Methodists attending a conference of the northern part of the Methodist Church. And citizens of Dallas, also in Texas, drew up a petition in a public meeting. The petition condemned Northern preachers as wolves in sheep's clothing, who with Bibles in their hands and evil in their hearts went forth preaching the most dangerous and evil in their doctrines.
And it says that right in the paper?
Yes, right here. Now listen to this. There have been more than a few instances where a Northern preacher in either a border state or in Southern territory has been pulled bodily from his pulpit, threatened with tar and feathers, and then locked out of his own chapel.
Can't believe it.
But it's true. This article says a Virginia legislator has introduced a bill to exclude all non-resident incendiary ministers from entering the state.
But all these things seem to be happening to the church from outside, happening to us, rather than within us.
Not all, Matthew.
There's worse yet then.
Listen, the Reverend J.D. Long of Philadelphia has stated in his pulpit that his very conference shelters within its membership more than 1,000 slaveholders.
In the Philadelphia conference?
In the Philadelphia.
I can't believe it.
But it's so.
Boy.
In Baltimore, a wealthy and well-known Methodist, a man who is also a licensed preacher, advertised in the papers there, offering $300 reward for the capture and return of 2 of his slaves who had run away. One Hiram Maxson from Black River, also Methodist, reprinting another advertisement for the return of 14 head of runaway slaves.
14 heads, like cattle?
Yes, and the advertisement goes on to state that 7 of the 14 were children under 8 years of age.
And all this happening while I've been here in bed. Ellen, I think it's time, high time, that I got well.
There aren't many more clippings. Then you must take a nap. Then we'll talk about letting you sit up in a chair for a while. Matthew?
Read on, then.
Even the Richmond, that's the Southern Christian Advocate, agrees with the North that the sorriest place to be is in one of the border states. Poor things. The Northern Church calls them pro-slavery and the Southern states calls them abolitionists.
Well, they can't very well be both. What's the matter?
There's just one more important item.
Well, dear, read it to me.
I can't, Matthew. I just can't. You remember Anthony Billy?
Tony? Of course, fine fellow. Well, he and I made that trip to Texas that time. That great chap. What's he up to these days?
Here. Read it for yourself.
Anthony Bewley, itinerant preacher, was accused of conspiracy to further the cause of abolition, pursued by a mob when he fled from Texas. And although he succeeded in crossing the border into the state of Missouri, he was overtaken by the mob. Hanged. No.
These here cold roast beef sandwiches sure taste good, Bishop.
I'll ring the bell and Ellen can make you some more.
Oh, sakes, no. I ate about 7 as it is. Home cooking sure says mighty good, and the fella's been out facing shot and shell fighting the foe.
I imagine.
Sure is mighty nice you to see me, though. I understand you've been poorly.
I'm rapidly getting better. This is my first day downstairs,
I
Robert.
don't say. Well, I reckon you might like to get a first-hand account of what's happened down here, especially since I was one of your boys, you might say, coming from your old hometown, though.
Oh, yes, I am interested.
Well, it was this way, Bishop. We was getting powerful hungry. They kept putting on shorter and shorter rations, nothing but hardtack and sow belly, not much of that. And even was leery of the water. 1 canteen cup a day, that was all, and that ain't much, especially when a feller is out all day in the hot sun. Why, it makes me thirsty just to think of it.
Here, have another glass of cold milk. Pitcher's right your elbow there.
Reckon it will. Thank you. Well, as I was saying, things began to get tougher and tougher. Slim pickings, as they say. Of course, we heard they're sending transports full of soldiers down to the Navy Yard. We heard they're sending ships chock full of food. I hear tell they did send both, but that they turned right spang around and went back when they seen them their guns and them forts.
Yes, Sam, I guess that's just about what they did do.
Why, Bishop?
I don't know, Sam. That's something history will have to decide, if it ever does.
Yeah, Well, there we was. And then, sir, right spang dab at 4:40 in the morning, boom, blam, here they come. Them big cannonballs, just a whistling, a whooshing, a slamming, a banging, the dear life, coming every which way.
Any casualties?
What'd you say?
Anybody hurt?
Oh, no, Bishop, nary soul. Them nor leader. Them walls was too thick. Well, we fought for 40 hours, Bishop, 40 solid hours, and by that time our ammunition was peeled out, 2 guns was done for, and half the walls, and them big walls, mind you, was crumbled right down to dust. So the major, he run up the white flag. He hated to do it, Bishop, but there wasn't nothing else he could do. And now was there, Bishop? Was there?
I'm sure it did the only thing possible.
Right. Glad to hear you say that, though. Well, us boys, we was all mighty sorry for the major, I can tell you that. So that was the end. That there Southern general, the one of them great big mustachios, Beauregard they call him, he weren't so bad, though. He allowed the major to salute our flag, and then we marched out. We climbed into a boat, one of our own boats, and took off for Washington. Oh, I'll never forget them days, that's a sure thing. Never thought I'd live to see the day when old Fort Sumter fell, but I sure did. And when she fell hard.
Now what, Sam?
Oh, I'm going back to Pond, Cadiz. Everything's over now, that's the end.
Yeah. No, Sam, you're wrong. I feel this is only the beginning.
I don't believe I have the honor.
As Secretary Seward, I'm Matthew Simpson, a bishop of the Methodist Episcopal Church North.
I thought so. That is, I thought you were a clergyman. You all look alike, well-fed. How do you know who I am?
Well, all good citizens know Secretary Seward.
You here to see the president?
That's my hope, sir. I have an appointment.
What are you after? It's my business to know.
I seek nothing. I've known and admired Mr. Lincoln. We've met before several times. We're friends. I stopped in today merely to wish him well.
Change from the usual visitor. The cabinet meets in a few moments. Don't expect to stay too long.
Just a word or two, that's all.
Yes.
Good morning, Seward. And here's the Methodist Circuit Rider. Greetings, dear Bishop. I'm glad to see you once again.
Thank you, Mr. President. I hope you're well.
As well as any man can be with a war hung around his neck.
You're in our prayers, Mr. Lincoln.
Good. Keep me there.
We will, sir.
General McClellan reports excellent progress. More troops arrived from Wisconsin this morning in the rain.
Soldiers soon learn to like the rain. Or if not to like it, to put up with it at least. Any other news?
Just what I told you. In a few weeks, McClellan will have his full quota of 75,000 men.
Good.
75,000? I feel certain that number is but a small portion of the men we'll need before the war's finished.
Well, now, really, is that so, Bishop Simpson? Just how is a clergyman qualified to judge these matters?
Mr. Seward, it may well be that our friend Bishop Simpson here, traveling the length and breadth of the country as part of his official duties, it may well be that he can very properly make such a statement. I hope he's wrong, but I greatly fear he's right.
Yes, well, perhaps. Time for the cabinet, Mr. President.
Very well. Bishop Simpson?
Yes, Mr. President.
Come again. Come often. Make the White House your second office, if you like. The nation needs men like you, sir. Men with a brain who also fear and trust God. Good day, sir.
I speak to you today from this pulpit with a heavy heart. We are at war. There's no getting away from that fact. We are at war. I do not believe that God will permit this government to be destroyed. I believe it will survive its baptism of blood, purge itself of its sins. Therefore, the man who goes to the war goes in the order of God, ordained of God, goes for the right.
And so we conclude Chapter 20 of No Ordinary Man, the story of Matthew Simpson. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, which come to you transcribed from the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago.
está bastante. Ay, yo creo que yo fui bastardo. Whoops. Looks like I forgot something, didn't I? Sorry about that, folks. Right back now.